Hello and welcome back to the Southern California region Pokemon project that I'm doing. Last episode I did the starters. In this episode I'll do the Route 1 basic Pokemon. I'll change the format of how I show off these Pokemon. I'm going to show off the entire line first and then the concept art afterwards, but I'm still going to talk about the inspirations I have during me showing them off. So with that being said, let's get going. There's a pattern with Route 1 Pokemon. A lot of them are based off of tiny mammals like raccoons, beaver, rats, Rattata, Yungoos. So, for my region, I chose a possum. Game Freak hasn't really done a possum Pokemon yet, and I had a really fun concept later on down the line on which I can take it. So here's my first Pokemon, Marsupial, the possum Pokemon, a normal type. Marsupial are often seen skittering on the sides of major roads waiting for any litter that falls off vehicles. Once it is collected enough, it will take this trash to its den for later purposes. I like this design a lot, and, possums are the only marsupials that live in America, so it just makes sense to make one for an American region. Of course, judging by the dex entry and the little road divider lines on its back, you can kind of see where this is heading for. And with that, let's get on to the second evolution. Impossible, the Conundrum Pokemon, a normal ghost type. No one really knows if the Impossible is truly dead, or expertly honed on its playing dead tactics. Having a more flat body allows it to squeeze into many more crevices to gather more trinkets and litter it desires. He got ran over! So, I've always thought about making a playing dead possum Pokemon that's a normal ghost type. Normal ghost isn't really something you see, until Hisuian Zoroark came along. But I think this is a cool concept. This was kind of a rough design to make it seem like the Pokemon grew with you, because how can you make a Pokemon evolve by making it look weaker than the original form? But I think this does the job well. It's different enough from its first form. Even though it's flat, it looks like its personality changed from being more mischievous, and the tail looks like a question mark because, it's a conundrum Pokemon. Is it alive or dead? And so after I designed Impossible, I decided that was going to be the end of the line because, most Route 1 rodents are just 2 stagers. But this last design, I decided to give it a 3rd stage, was only because I thought of the name, and the name is freaking awesome. Then I thought, how can this flattened rodent possibly get any stronger? And so, here's the final evolution. Road Trail, the reanimated Pokemon, a fighting ghost type. Hidden ability, Revitalize. When this Pokemon's HP reaches 0, it heals back to full HP and sharply raises attack. Only one time though. Many Road Trail are seen fighting for scrap to stuff its hollow body with. All of its physical strength relies on the amount of litter that it keeps wrapped up tightly by its tail. So yeah, designing wise, I made Impossible first, then Marsupial, and then Road Trail. So I thought, how can a hollow Pokemon, look muscular again? So I just had it stuff its tummy filled with junk that it's been collecting over its life. It's keeping all the junk packed up with with a tail it uses wrapped around its body. Kind of look like hanging intestines, like a zombie. And I like it. It definitely looks monstrous. It looks like a Frankenstein's monster. The little stitches represent also the divider lines on roads. And the hidden ability. As I said in the last episode, I suck at writing these, so I just thought of like the funniest thing that can happen possible in a fight. And a Pokemon just reviving and just being stronger once you've killed it. It's just, why'd bro do that? And so here's the original concept art, the little sketches. Here we have Marsupial. It's stayed unchanged. I kind of wanted to show the road lines on it, showing off its back so it's faced away from the camera. Impossible looks a bit like Salandit with kind of like the banded head. And the tail is not really in the question mark shape. I decided to do something more fun with that. As you see, the typing is just ghost type. Originally, Road Trail was going to be the ghost normal type, but I just decided to change it. To just have more variety. Again, the original concept was that it was dead and now it's alive again. And yeah, Roadtrill stayed the same because it's just cool. You know, it's a nice design. The silhouette's very blocky, looks very strong. And so yeah. My second Route 1 Pokemon is also a 3-stager. I had to do one based off of the state flower, the California Poppy. And as you know, poppies explode their seeds out. And so, you know, it's a very easy grass-fire combination, and that, you know, that's exactly what I did. So here's Papow, the popping Pokemon, a grass type. When Papow releases their explosive pollen, it has enough force to demolish a boulder. Due to this, many Papow endure rigorous training to hold in their pollen. This may be messed up, but I kinda like it when Pokemon are fighting for their life. Just to like do a normal function that they do, like Spoink bouncing, or Esper trying to focus, or Psyduck just like having really bad migraines. So I thought a Poppy, or like a little bud, trying not to explode every second is really funny. The bud kind of looks like a bomb. That was on purpose because, you know, it is the popping Pokemon. When it attacks, it explodes, full of pollen. So yeah. Now the next stage, we have Bud Powder, the combust Pokemon, a grass fire type. The pollen Bud Powder expels is extremely flammable. The longer it holds its pollen in, the more destructive the blast will be upon opening. I'm kinda indifferent about this design. It kinda has that middle stage awkwardness. I mean, it's still tried to like hold all that pollen in, and now the pollen is explosive instead of just like getting all over the place. So, you know, that's my justification for it gaining the fire type. And as you see, the final evolution, it has to bloom. Poppies, or specifically the California Poppy, is a very bright and beautiful orangey yellow. So, you know, it's a perfect, you know, because fire's yellow or orange or, you know, bright, like that. So here we have Kabloom, the Poppy Pokemon, a grass fire type. Its hidden ability, Collateral. When hit by a fire type move, it does double damage back. Once fully bloomed, its explosive pollen will spread across wherever it wanders. Its pods are able to create a spark that can reduce a forest to ash. It looks very different personality-wise. It spent 2 evolutions trying to keep all that in, and now it's just like coughing that explosive pollen everywhere, creating sparks with its pods. It's very crazy looking, and it's, you know, the ability is also crazy. What do you mean does double damage back? And so yeah, you know, maybe I'll refine Bud Powder a lot more. Here's the concept art, because I'm kind of indifferent about those first 2 evolutions. Kabloom is funny. I like Kabloom, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's alright. But yeah, at least I think it's a good representation of the California Poppy. Alright, time for the Bug-type Route 1 Pokemon. And you know what, let me give you all a little story. One day my friend Elijah was just walking around outside of his house, and then he just sees this thing. Like, what is it, bro? Like, we all just started calling it the freaking mutant ant because that thing looks so freaking gross. And when I had the photo of it in my phone saved, you know, it did that thing where it searches up what it was automatically, and it was a Jerusalem cricket. And I remember telling my friends, hey guys, this is kind of like the Route 1 bug Pokemon. And so because I said that, this thing has to be the Route 1 Pokemon, the mutant ant. It's actually a Jerusalem cricket. And so we have our first evolution, Clickit, the jumping Pokemon, a bug type. Clickit are able to jump over 50 times their body by rearing up their 2 legs. They are able to ravage an entire acre of land in one night. We've had cricket Pokemon before, you know, like Kricketune, Kricketot. This is more traditional. It's kind of weird that I only gave it 2 legs, but I guess those are the ones that it uses to jump. And I think it just looks like a standard first stage bug starter, you know? Like, I feel like you can't really do much with a first stage bug starter aside just being the actual bug, like Caterpie being an actual bug, freaking Weedle being just an actual bug. So, you know, Clickit's an actual bug. And then Bro evolves into Cicadug, the spade Pokemon, a bug ground type. Trading in their jumping for digging, Cicadug are known to live only underground. They are known to ruin human infrastructure with the numerous tunnels broods produce. Okay, now, this is a little bit of misinformation. There are no cicadas in Southern California. But, this is mostly based off of the Jerusalem cricket. Cicadug is just the name, bro. It's just the name, and although they love living underground, it's because they're the ground type. They like digging. Look, the butt is a spade, and the mouth is the little handle for the shovel. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this design. It grows another pair of legs. It does, look like a spade, and I just feel like it was kind of tough making a bug type actually, because Pokemon are either cool or cute or silly. And I feel like bugs, it's kind of hard making bugs either of that because, bugs are nasty. But I felt I leaned into more of the cool design here. So yeah. Here's the original concept art. Very straight, stayed true. The final design stayed true to it. And yeah, I kind of like how most of the Cicadug, most of its silhouette is just a tail, just a big spade, which it probably uses to attack with. Kind of looks like a scorpion too, but like if you squint and you don't know what a scorpion looks like. But yeah, here's my Route 1 bug Pokemon. Whoa, another story time. Now, when I was a young boy, late at night, my mother would take me to the beach to go catch some grunion. What's a grunion? Well, it's a fish. And on the months between February and September, a grunion run will occur, which is, basically, they all just run to the shore and just mate like freaking crazy. I don't know why they only do it on the full moon, but they're freaky like that. So during these grunion runs, my mom would just like take me to the beach and just start like actually just picking them up from the sand. When each wave comes through, you just see a bunch of fish, you just start picking them up. Unfortunately, I couldn't enjoy the taste because I'm allergic to fish. But yeah, this is what this next Pokemon is based off of. Gruncheon, the grunion Pokemon, a water dark type. When the moon is at its highest, hundreds of Gruncheon gather at the shore to regroup and plan for the next hunt. Many school up and attack unsuspecting Pokemon at night. So I kind of took the grunion runs as like a little gang meeting, like a little mafia meeting of them how to beat up other Pokemon. I thought it was a funny kind of concept. It kind of looks like a little mafia grunt with its long bottom fin resembling a tie, a pinstripe suit, and those tiny circle glasses they wear. So of course, if there's a grunt, then there's gotta be a head. And what kind of sharks are native to Southern California? Loan sharks! And also hammerhead and leopard sharks. And that was my inspiration for their final evolution, Cardoncho, the Capo Pokemon, a water dark type. Its hidden ability, Interest. Status effects doubles the effect each turn. Cardoncho prey on Pokemon smaller than it and threatens them to do its bidding. Gruncheon are often the victim of this exchange, but if Cardoncho grows a liking to a Gruncheon, it will promote it in its hierarchy. So first I just want to talk about the name. Don meaning the head of like an organization, criminal organization, and head honcho. Cardon is also like the beginning of the shark species name. So yeah, when writing that name, my head kind of grew like freaking 10 times the size, like the Grinch's heart. And yeah, the tiny circle glasses kind of evolved into the the big head honcho glasses that mob bosses often wear. The little whiskers on leopard sharks turned into his little mustache. And the dorsal fin on the back kind of resembles like a mouse icon representing online loan sharks that are more popular these days. And yeah, the hidden ability Interest kind of just works as poison, but every status effect uses it. And so here's the concept art. Whoa, it's on paper this time. Of course, Cardoncho was the first one I made, and yeah, I kind of look scrappy there because I was trying to get the posing right. You can see that one Gruncheon picture, like he's upright. But I felt like what suits a first evolution stage more is like the roundness of it, the little, the beginning stage of it where it's all like cute and like big and round like a baby. And so that's why I went with that bottom right one. And so those were my designs for my Route 1 Pokemon. We got 4 lines, and I'm really excited to show more of the designs that I came up with for the rest of the region. The next episode will be about the fossil Pokemon. And so I'm really excited to get to that because I think those are some bangers. So yeah, hopefully you liked it. Comment what kind of like Pokemon you also want to see for Southern California. See ya.